a walk with me to the dark side, where the spirits are archived on the bar side, shadows with dark eyes and creatures that tell lies. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Ghost. I am, of course, your host, SunRay. So, I have some stories and videos to show you guys that have been submitted to me. I do want to say, though, that me and Jessy tried to go to Cheeseman Park during Pride Weekend, and 2 minutes into the video, 2 minutes, and it happened to be at the exact same time that I turned the spirit talker on, we lost audio. So unfortunately, it was about a half an hour worth of footage that had no sound to it whatsoever. So we do plan on going back to Cheeseman, and when we do, I will share our experience that we did have there during that episode. So if you want to see that, make sure you are subscribed and turn that alarm button on so that you know when I go and you can see that video. So until then, and until we get to another location to do another investigation, I just have a few stories collected that I'm going to read for you guys today. So this one is from Wesley Duckworth, and this is what he says. My aunt used to live in the hills in Missouri, 20 miles away from anything, so deep in the woods. There's old covered wagon trails. My cousin took me way back one day to the end of the road, and we had to keep walking for another couple miles. Very scary. It felt like someone was watching us the entire time we were walking. Anyways, we come around the bend to an old house with vines growing all over it. A little wooden cabin type thing and a tiny garage next to it. We went inside and this house was completely trashed, with one of those old record player things with a big megaphone at the end of it. There are all types of German books laying around. It was really scary. I went back the hallway, and in one of the bedrooms there was a picture of 3 old ladies on the nightstand, and the bedroom was completely spotless. I also kind of remember one of the books. It was black with, I believe, a pentagram on the front of it or the back of it. I don't know. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch anything. I was too freaked out. But it was just strange how the entire house was completely ransacked and their bedroom was spotless, and only a picture of the 3 of them were on the dresser. The rest of the house looked like a tornado hit it. Rumor had it that they were 3 witches, and they vanished, which kind of marks true because their cars were all still in the garage. The entire way back to the 4-wheeler, it felt like something or somebody was watching us the entire time. And then we had to ride 2 miles on the 4-wheeler to get back to any kind of road. There were all old dirt roads, old covered wagon trails, and just a path. Anyways, that was really creepy. Thank you so much for submitting your story. I think it's fascinating to go and explore abandoned places and see things like that. I kind of feel like maybe their bedroom had some kind of protection spell on it, because it doesn't really seem like anybody wants to disrespect the bedroom, but the rest of the house don't really care for. So this next one is a video from Kim Rogan Show, and here we go.
Would you shut the freak up? How hot can you be? Oh, now you shut up. Thank you.
Kim, I love that. How hot can you be? So if you guys don't know, Kim has been on this show before. Go back some episodes, find her. She gives us a lot of like history and details and stuff about where she lives. It's really amazing. And she is very big in the paranormal. She's a big believer, and where she's from, there are a lot of spirits. So that was pretty amazing to me. Well, anyways, thank you, Kim, so much for submitting that video. I really, really appreciate it and love it, and I hope to see more in the future. So this next one is from my friend Kelly, and here it is now.
Okay, so the first time, like her washer and dryer is in the basement. Keep in mind, I don't like basements for some reason. They just smell weird, and I don't like it. When I went down by myself and I was putting the laundry into the washer, I got this kind of weird feeling. And it wasn't even like a bad weird or anything. It was just like this feels really weird down here and it smells funny. Didn't think anything of it. Then I thought, why do the dogs never come down here? Like the dogs, I have never seen the dogs in this basement ever. So fast forward an hour, my laundry's ready to be switched from the washer into the dryer. My best friend comes downstairs with me, and she's taking the laundry and putting it in the dryer for me because I don't remember exactly what was going on. Like, I think I pulled something in my belly and it was hard to bend over a little bit. So she was doing it for me, and then I hear this low pitch. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? I thought a car went by or something. No, she's like, no, that's nothing. There's nothing here. God, I'm getting getting chills talking about it again. I just hear this loud ass growling, and I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, nothing. It's nothing. We don't talk about it. It stays down here. We don't talk about it.
Okay, so that's creepy. I would never want to do laundry, or I would scream at it and tell get the F out. That it growled at you though. Sometimes they say demonic entities growl. But it being in the basement, that's just an already creepy place to be. So, and I totally love, like, she was all, we don't talk about it. It's okay. We don't talk about it. Just, it stays down here. It lives down here. And that's it. And that's actually how a lot of people deal with the hauntings in their houses. Is just simply by, we ignore it and we don't acknowledge it. And that is that. We got the paletero man in the neighborhood. So one moment, please. Alright, so this next one is from Reddit, a user named Agitated Risk 166, and this is what they go on to tell me. I've seen my friend's grandfather after he passed away. I have seen things like this my entire life, so not much scares me these days. I was walking my female friend out from my backyard. As we walked down the driveway, I felt like someone was staring at me, so I turned around and saw her grandfather and some other guy standing in the doorway of the gate. His entire body was blue, which to me means he was in a neutral emotional state, so I wasn't scared. The guy standing next to him was tall, bald, and had two big tattoos, one on each forearm. I couldn't make them out for some reason. They were blurry. I could see both people very clearly. My friend's hands were on her door to open it. Wait, hold on, man, I said. What? She replied. I have to tell you something, and I'm really sorry because it's about your grandpa, and I know you're going to think I'm lying, but I swear I'm not. What? She said. What is it? He's here, man. He's right there at the gate. He's with your friend. She started crying profusely. Don't fuck around, Phil, she shouted. I grabbed her shoulders with tears in my eyes and said, I swear to you, man, I am not messing with you. He's here, and I need to tell you something. Fine, what do you want to say? She replied. Your grandpa is here with your friend. He's wearing some slacks, a hat, and he's leaning on his cane to his left side. Your friend's here too. They want me to tell you that your grandpa is okay and in peace. He's with your friend and they're okay. They wanted me to tell you that they love you and not to worry about them. All she said was okay. We sat in the driveway for a bit, both crying. I said I was sorry for making her cry. I didn't know how she would take it. I told her about me seeing things in the past, but never like this. We sat in my little trailer in the back I used to call the Love Shack, as it was my little party pad for a short amount of time. It was in my grandparents' backyard. She came over again about 1 week later and was determined to debunk me. She showed me about 3 different pictures of some skinny white guy in overalls. I said, okay, who's that? She said, you don't recognize him? I said, no. This dude isn't fat, and plus he doesn't even have the tattoos like I told you. This can't be him. Okay, hang on. She searched for more pictures. She showed me one last picture. That's him, I shouted. What? She said. That's him. That's your friend, right? She started crying. That was the last picture we have of him. That's more close to how he looked when he died. That's my friend Tim. He got his tattoos when he was a Marine. The pictures I showed you first was of him before he joined the Marines and gained weight. His tattoos are a globe and anchor on one forearm, and the other is an anchor with an eagle. I couldn't make out the tattoos, but I know they were big and the exact placement. She hugged me and said thank you. That is my story. I think it is so sweet that you told your friend about that and you guys had like a special moment and you were able to pass on a message like that. Sometimes it can be really scary to open up and tell people the things that you're seeing sometimes, because you really don't know how they're going to react. You really don't. I've encountered this same thing before myself, where I've seen things and heard things, but I was genuinely like, I'm afraid to tell that person because I don't really know what they're going to think. Sometimes people are in denial and don't want to hear it. And yeah, so kudos for telling your friend. I think it's a beautiful story, especially because you were able to let her know that they were okay. Alright guys, so that is literally all the stories I have collected. But I do have a Hatman series coming here pretty soon that I'm going to start recording. I have been collecting stories for the last 2 years on Hatman experiences and stories. It's going to be a huge thing because I've gotten over 22 stories. So it's going to be broken down into a couple of episodes. And we're going to dig deep into who the Hatman is. So look for that. Look for the Cheeseman Park episode, and there's a couple other places I'm trying to get to here pretty soon. So make sure to like and subscribe my channel. Drop me a ghost comment if you made it all the way to this point, because I love you and appreciate you and thank you for being here. Until next time, you guys, keep it creepy.